Wouldn't be a problem. Just avoid the dunes on the right and left. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. Frank, what do you think about this approach shot here at the second at Chambers Bay?
If you've driven it down the right side, you have a much better view of this green, better access to the flag when it's on the back left. You really want to just avoid that little bunker that cuts in on the right side. And there's a little sort of gut on that left side of the green, where that sort of collects the ball.
This is a 13-footer. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important that this one goes in.
Trying to limit the damage here. This putt is for bogey. Slipping just a bit, another bogey, and now 2 over par. At the third tee now, Frank, and what are we staring at here?
This green is anything other than symmetrical, so be very, very cautious on where the flag is. Anything in the middle of the green you can putt to the corners, well, if you can call them corners, more like ragtails, but beautiful par 3.
That's a bit offline in the rough. Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. You like this one, Frank?
Oh, it's a good one. Safely on.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
So, with that, 3 over par now for the round. Frank, here on the 4th tee, you get a good look, don't you, at what Chambers Bay really is all about.
It's framed beautifully, Rich, by the bunkers there, left, short, off the tee, plus the ones down the right side. You can see everything in front of you, but the hole does bend to the right. This is another one where you've got a generous fairway, but don't be fooled by that. It's fairway first.
Tough par 4 measuring 495 yards. And that's where you want to be at the 4th, in the fairway. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Right, the approach shot is on the green, but he'll have a very testy putt coming up. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Always 2 components to the long lag putt, the speed, number 1, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Hasn't been easy, but he'll take it. That's a par. 3 over for the day. Frank, it's kind of fun to swing away on an elevated tee like this, the 5th here at Chambers Bay.
It looks straight away. It certainly does. And under 500 yards, so it gives you a chance, plus that elevation. You should be able to knock one down there. The whole pinch is in, though, with those bunkers left and right. And there's just one bunker in the front of this green. And that, as you can guess, should be avoided.
Be careful. They call this hole free fall. Did the smart thing there, Frank. Took his medicine, back out onto the fairway. 3rd shot, looking for a good one.
It's no snack, though.
Frank, we see it every single round. These kind of putts determine whether it's a good score or an average score.
Yeah, and just like that, a bogey. And does not feel like he deserves it.
Frank, now at the 6th, this appears to be a testing par 4 long one.
It is, but once again, a generous fairway. Just use those mounds down the left as an indicator on your line. Hole bends a little bit to the right. Good tee shot, though, and everything is in front of you.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Frank, what do you think about this approach here at the 6th?
Well, one of the few greens here that's protected on both sides. Rather narrow green, and you can see really what happens if you miss. Bunkers left and right. Plus there's a couple of ridges, so club selection is important here.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. No, didn't get it. Locked in on the read and the speed. Frank, let's hope he doesn't make double bogey now.
That's the saddest coming out in your Rich.
So a tester from 4 feet. Wow, I thought that was in. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Going to have to regroup now after that double bogey. Frank, this is a daunting challenge. The 7th hole, long par 4. It's over 500 yards.
A huge bunker down the right side that probably runs for a good 200-300 yards. Obviously, that's to be avoided. And then, of course, there's the mounds and the hummocks and the dunes and that on the left side. That's the reason, really, why this hole's called Humpback. But then, a little bit like the golf course, there's only one greenside bunker to be worried about, but enough green left of that.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here. Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back? Well, it's going to take a good one here, considering what they've already gone through, Rich. Right now, that green is going to look very small, so it's going to take a good shot here to give himself an opportunity.
Some really poor play to this point. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
This, I hate to say it, for a triple bogey. Now to the 8th and a long par 5, Frank.
Fortunately, there's no bunkers, just the dunes either side. The hole looks a little narrow off the tee, but get down there, you're going to realize that's a fairly generous fairway. There's a little bit of mounding in this green, too, that actually slopes it back towards the player. So use that to your advantage.
He just blasted that one down the fairway. Out there about 325 yards. Second shot coming up here at the par 5.
That's an absolute beauty.
So third shot now for Rory McIlroy. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. And getting ready for the putt. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
So they'll tap in.
I don't think a tourniquet is going to work after that one.
Tough to watch. Frank, the 9th hole, called Olympus. I mean, that is very grand sounding. Like something that...
You're talking Greek god here, aren't you? Come on, this golf course is for the mere mortals, Rich. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. What was he thinking there?
I have no earthly idea.
Well, hit the green, but certainly not close to the hole.
Yeah, probably barely give him a C for that shot.
So a good lag putt there, Frank.
Yeah, the whole idea of a lag putt, sometimes you build a 3 or a 4 foot circle and just try and get it inside that. Good putt.
Well, double par here, time to pick up and move on. Moving on to the back nine here at Chambers Bay in the state of Washington. I'm Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Frank, what's the 10th hole all about?
Dunes left and right, hence the name High Dunes. Obviously split the fairway there. But one of the factors of true links golf is you normally get to putt in the calm. The dunes protect this green from all the wind, so a relatively flat putting surface. There's always advantage of hitting it further than most, Rich, and straighter than most. When you put the two together, it's just straight up a head start.
Frank, it appears as though this approach shot here at the 10th is fairly straightforward.
It is. You've got a flat green, so you're not really worrying about mounds or bounces here. And really, this is, with a short iron in hand, this is one of those ones you just green light, you go straight at the flag here.
Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
He has this attempt for par. Frank, amazing how this hole has gotten away.
Yeah, he's not Robinson Crusoe. Happened to everybody that's played this game.
Settles in over the putt. So he has that for bogey. I can't help but think that the double bogey back on the 6th hole seems to have rattled him. Now on to the 11th, and Frank, we are looking at